Yeah, oh, you will in just a little bit. We're on the Stone Arch Bridge right now. But yeah, a lot of people are trying to figure out, like, why are these on the side of the street and how do they work? But this is all really an app-based program. It's how you find the scooter, how you pay for it, how you let it go. It's all through your phone. But at the same time, these cities are really scrambling to figure out what to do because they were randomly put here this week, Minneapolis and St. Paul. But there is controversy, as you were saying. So let's go over some of the reasons why, though. There are concerns about parking and licensing, and people worry the scooters will just litter the streets because there aren't any docks with them. There are a bunch of videos on YouTube as well of people crashing these things. Some cities have banned them, like Denver, Milwaukee, and San Francisco. Bird is facing multiple lawsuits as well. And Minneapolis Public Works says it hasn't had conversations with Bird yet, so it had no idea these scooters were coming to town. St. Paul Public Works also tells us many scooters were illegally parked this week as well. So as far as the rules go, you have to be at least 18 years old. You have to have your driver's license on you. They recommend that you wear a helmet. And in Minneapolis, you basically have to treat this as if it were a bicycle. So you can't be riding this on one of the busy sidewalks. So that's why I'm here on the Stone Arch Bridge, because it has a bike lane, and that's exactly where they want you to be, guys.
Still so many, I mean, she gave us a lot of good information there,
Yes.
but a lot of questions remain with this. I'm interested.
Sure do, and we can't ask her because she's just zooming away.
She's got to be safe. Yeah. All right, Ellery, thank you.